As an artist, I believe Pinterest is truly my best friend. It's a never ending source of inspiration and creativity, and it's where I go to find ideas and techniques to improve my art. It is also where I get to know that I'm not doing enough as an artist and my characters need to look better. Damn, look at these fine ass characters. I mean, that's how I used to feel. So, in this video, I'm actually going to be giving you. Hello and welcome to my channel. Today I'm going to be showing you how to create better characters. Whether you're an experienced artist or just starting out, these tips will help you take your character drawings to the next level. As it did, I used to draw like this in 2020, and these tips I'm about to show you took my art to this in 2023. First, it's important to have a clear idea of the character you want to draw. Sketch out the rough draft and take note of the character's features, proportions, and poses. This will help you get a better sense of the character's personality and how they should look. It's important to understand that every character should have their own unique traits, motivations, and backstory. This will make them feel like real people to your viewers and make them more relatable. To start, ask yourself what kind of person your character is. Are they outgoing or introverted? Are they confident or shy? Are they kind or cruel? These basic traits forms the foundation of your character's personality. Don't be afraid to give your characters flaws. Perfect characters are boring and unrealistic. Giving your characters flaws will make them more human and relatable. Next, pay attention to the anatomy and proportions of the character's body. This is especially important when drawing human characters, as even small errors in proportions can make the character look unnatural. Use reference images a lot to widen your scope on details like hair, outfits, and even poses of your character. Another helpful tip is to study other artists. Look at the work of other professional artists to see how they create characters and try to incorporate their techniques into your own work. As an artist, it's essential to look at the work of other artists, not only to get inspiration, but to understand how they create art and learn new techniques and skills. One of the best ways to study other artists is to create a study collection. This can be a physical or digital collection of images and artwork that you find inspiring. You can use this collection as a reference when you're working on your own art. And you can also use this to experiment with different techniques and styles. When studying other artists, it's important to take time and really look at their work and try to understand their process. Ask yourself questions like, how did they create this effect? What materials did they use? What inspired them to create this piece? Artists like T.B. Choi and Free Mechanism were my personal idols while coming up. It's important to remember that studying other artists is not about copying their work. It's about using their work as inspiration and learning from it to develop your own style and voice. So my advice to you is make a habit of studying other artists. It will help you improve your own art and will give you a deeper understanding of the art world. Next is facial expressions. Facial expressions are the most expressive part of a character, and they are essential to bringing your characters to life. They convey emotions, moods, and personality, and they can make your characters more relatable and interesting. To improve your ability to create facial expressions, you need to practice. One of the best ways to practice is by drawing a variety of different expressions from life, either by observing people around you or by using photographs as references. Pay attention to the different muscles that are used to create each expression and try to reproduce them in your drawings. Another way to practice is to create your own characters and give them different expressions. This will help you to understand how to create expressions for different types of characters and different situations. You can also use references such as photographs of people with different expressions or drawings of characters with different expressions from other artists. This will help you to understand how different shapes and lines can be used to create different expressions, and it will give you a better understanding of how to create expressions that are believable and realistic. It's also important to remember that facial expressions are not just about the face, but also about body language and posture. The way a character holds their body can also convey a lot of information about the emotions and mood. So my advice to you is to practice, practice, and practice. Draw a wide variety of facial expressions and pay attention to the different muscles and shapes that are used to create them. This will help you to create characters that are more expressive, relatable, and interesting. Next tip is to know your colors. Color is the most essential element of art. Understanding color and how to use it effectively can take your art to the next level. First, it's important to understand the basic principles of color theory. This includes the primary colors, secondary colors, and the tertiary colors. Knowing how these colors interact with each other and how to mix them can help you create a wide range of colors and hues. Next, learn about color harmonies. These are a combination of colors that work well together, such as complementary colors, analogous colors, and monochromatic colors. Understanding these harmonies can help you create more cohesive and visually appealing compositions. Another important aspect of color is value. This refers to the lightness or darkness of a color. By understanding value, you can create the illusion of depth and dimension in your art. Additionally, consider the emotional impact of color. Different colors can evoke different emotions, and by using colors strategically, you can create a certain mood or atmosphere in your art. So, my advice to you is to take the time to study color theory, experiment with different color harmonies and values, and understand the emotional impact of color. This knowledge will help you to create art that is more dynamic, visual appealing, and effective in conveying the message you want to communicate. Before we go to the last tip, if you've watched to the point of this video, please hit the subscribe button and turn on post notifications so you can be notified when I post new videos, as it will help this channel to grow. So the last tip is understanding how to use light and shadow effectively. This alone can take your art to the next level. So why understanding light and shadow? You need to know the basic principles. Light comes from a specific source and creates highlights, midtones, and shadows on the object or your characters. Shadows are the areas of an object or your characters that are not hit by the light. By understanding the direction and intensity of the light, you can create illusion of depth, volume, and dimension in your art. It's also important to study the work of other artists and photographers to see how they use light and shadows in their art. This will give you a better understanding of how to use light and shadow effectively in your own art. So my own advice to you is to take your time and study the basics of light and shadow. Experiment with different lighting conditions and understand the emotional impact of lighting. This knowledge will help you create art that is more realistic, believable, and dynamic, and in time take your art to the next level. Okay, so I know I said that was going to be the last tip, but I just have one more last tip for you guys, and drumroll please. This last tip is actually a tip, or it's not a tip actually, it should be a way of life for you while coming up as an artist. Is to practice, and keep on practicing, because everything I just said now will be a bunch of garbage if you don't practice. Practicing will make you get used to everything I mentioned and make you develop your own style as an artist. I gradually developed my own style while coming up because I kept on practicing, I kept on drawing characters every single day. Okay, not every single day, but you get the point. So yeah, practicing is the last frosting of the on the cake, and this will actually make you a better artist. So I hope you enjoyed the video and the artwork also. If you did, please subscribe to this YouTube channel, like and comment, and drop your review and also request on videos you would like me to do later or in the future. And I will see you in the next video, and thanks for watching.